Heather. Hello, everyone. It's Alicia Hurt here. I am here live from the Women's Wellness Center. How you guys doing? We're here to talk about what is a doula. We are talking about it until everybody understands what a doula is. So as I always ask, please share, like, DM this to your network because you never know who needs this information. I'm going to also place in the chat our links so that way you can stay connected with us and you can get the information necessary about our upcoming events that we have, our classes, our resources, and all things wellness, all things wellness. All right, so we're going to jump right in and then you can enjoy the rest of your morning. I'm also going to share this. I'm going to share this on our pages so that it is readily available. We will also have the replay on our YouTube channel for your viewing pleasure. So the role of a doula. We're doing the continuous journey of support and advocacy. That is what we're talking about today. So our objective is to explore how doulas go beyond basic support to become advocates for maternal health, reducing disparities, and improving outcomes. We're going to highlight evidence-based benefits of doula care, which is backed by scientific research. And we're also going to discuss the historical roots of doula care and how modern insurance providers are recognizing its value. So as you can see in this picture here, this woman, she's very pregnant and she is getting support from her spouse and also from her doula. So we're going to help you understand the importance and the impact of a doula, specifically during labor. So let's start with the definition. So a doula is not just a labor companion, but she's an advocate, an educator, and emotional anchor who bridges the gap between the medical providers and the mother. Doulas ensure that mothers' voices are heard, that they're respected and prioritized throughout the pregnancy, the labor, and postpartum. So in a recent review, basically in 2017, it was 26 studies, over 15,000 women. So listen up. They found that continuous support during labor from a trained doula is associated with a 39% decrease in risk of C-section, a 15% increase in the likelihood of a spontaneous vaginal birth, which is a regular traditional vaginal birth, and a 10% reduction in the use of pain medication. And there is higher satisfaction with the birth experience when a doula is involved. So let's talk about the legacy, the history behind doula care. So long before hospitals and modern medicine, birthing women were supported by other women who offered emotional, physical, and spiritual support. I don't know if you all have watched The Midwives. Shout out to Miss Tiffany Austin, our lead doula here, and she's the midwife in Florida as well. But she turned me on to that show. And when I tell you, yes, some of it is not true. However, a lot of it really helps you understand how long ago they used to come to your house. They used to support you at your house. They used to make house calls, and they were there similar to the doula before you give birth, helping you to prepare, during the birth, and then after the birth. So check it out. I believe they have over 13 seasons. It's really good. But let's go back into the history insight. So in Africa, in indigenous and other ancient cultures, experienced women would provide guidance through childbirth, during the childbirth, and they would ensure that the mothers felt empowered and safe. And these traditional birth companions were known as wise women or granny midwives who passed down generations of knowledge and care. In Africa, in African-American community, granny midwives played a crucial role in ensuring safe births during times when hospitals denied care to Black mothers. Now let's fast forward to the modern times. Well, the doula movement is reviving, and it's reviving these ancestral practices, and it's ensuring that women receive personalized care that honors their culture and emotional needs. So no matter what your culture is, it's not just Black and Indigenous, but it's whatever your culture is, we're there to support you with that. Ensure that whatever you would like done, if you want a candle lit, you want incense burning, you want a certain music playing, then guess what? We will help you with that. And we also help you with your emotional needs. So how doula support improves maternal outcomes? Well, we talked about the stats. Let's just dive a little deeper. So the doula is not only about emotional support, again, it's about advocacy. We had a couple advocacy trainings here. We actually had 3, I believe, to date, to talk about what advocacy looks like, how it shows up, basically someone to come to your defense. If you think similar to you on a playground and a bully is attacking you and one of your friends comes and they stand up for you, they're advocating for you. That's a really common, long ago in the movies and things like that. I forget, was it a Christmas movie? I forget what it was, but just show you how, you help someone else. That's advocacy. You're speaking up for someone else. You're giving them wisdom, giving them the knowledge that they need in order to make an informed decision. That's advocacy. So the doula is about advocacy and bridging the gaps in maternal health care, especially for marginalized communities where you may not have the knowledge, you may not have the access to the information you need, right? We are here to help you with that. The scientific data is saying, according to a study in 2013, that doula-assisted births have lower rates of preterm births and low birth weights. So it all decreased when you have a doula because we're helping you, we're educating you, we're checking in on you. We're going to your doctor's appointments. We're saying, okay, are you drinking plenty of water? Are you eating your fruits and vegetables? What is your doctor saying? Do you understand what they're saying to you? Well, then let me give you some more explanation. Let me give you some ways that you can do what they're saying. Some people may say, oh, I don't drink a lot of water. Well, let's figure out how we can. Maybe you want to use one of those little pouches to flavor your water, maybe a different type of water. Just an example of how we can advocate and support you to ensure that you have a healthy pregnancy. Doulas help with improve the outcomes for Black and brown women who are going through just so much. They're going through so much disparity, and it affects the mortality and the morbidity. So basically, we've heard in the news over the last couple of years, Black women, they more likely to die during childbirth, or they say that the doctor did not hear me or listen to me. Well, if you have a doula, that doctor may be going from patient to patient, or they may say, oh, it's just a headache, or, but if you know your client, you can speak up and say, hey, doc, it's been this amount of time. This is what she is seeing. Because remember, when you're in distress, when you're just having a baby, you're fatigued, you're not sure how to communicate. Your words may not come out right. You may not be able to say what is truly going on. We can help and bridge that gap to decrease the mortality and the morbidity in maternal health. Women with doula support report higher satisfaction with their birth experience, and they feel more informed about their choices because you have someone literally at your beck and call. We are there to support you. We are there dedicated for you only, solely. We're not there working for the hospital. We're not their assistant. We are working for you and making sure you're good throughout the process. And you may say to yourself, which I don't know why, but you may say, why does this matter? Well, let me tell you. Black women are 3 times more likely to die from pregnancy-related causes in the U.S. Doula care offers a culturally sensitive, empowering approach to reduce these disparities. We are there to help. Again, we are a value add to your medical team. All right. So the role of a doula across the childbirth journey. So you see on the picture there, she's on the medicine ball. She's rolling around to try to relieve some of that pressure. Then we have her wrapped, and we're trying to help ease that pain and lift up the baby. Say, come on, give mommy a little relief for a little bit. So before birth, we educate the mother on birth options, on coping techniques, similar to what we just explained here on this photo, and potential interventions. So one of my clients, she was saying, oh, my back. I was like, get that ball, rotate on that ball. It'll really help, and get them massages. Your support system can help you with that. Also, we help you, again, develop a birth plan that reflects your wishes as the mother-to-be. During labor, we're there continuously through your emotional and physical support. And we act as a liaison between the medical staff and the mother to ensure informed consent. Postpartum time, after you have the baby is out, you're recovering. Maybe you're at home now. We're out of the hospital, you're at home, and you're like, okay, it's all over. No, it's not. We are still there to support you. We assist you with breastfeeding, emotional adjustment, and newborn care. We're like, get that baby, get some sleep. We support you with maternal mental health, and we help you identify signs of postpartum depression. And I don't care if you're coming to me just for lactation, you're going to get some education on postpartum depression because it creeps in. It creeps in. I know you say, oh, rebuke it in the name of Jesus. Oh, don't talk about anything negative. No, we're going to state facts. We're going to help you to be informed because it is a thing. It is a thing. And yes, you can pray. But what do I always say? You need therapy and Jesus. Jesus and therapy go hand in hand, especially when you're talking about postpartum depression, something with your mental health. You need both to align. Doula support and insurance coverage. Y'all listen up because a lot of people do not know this. They do not know this. Okay, so recognizing the value of doula care. So as scientific evidence continues to show that doulas improve maternal and infant outcomes, insurance providers are beginning to cover doula services. Whoa. You heard me right. Take a sip of water. Insurance providers, they are covering it. So what you want to do, you want to go onto the website for your insurance, or you want to say, I don't do it all that, Alicia. They mail me a book. It might be in the book. They may on the back of your card, you may say, you know what, let me just call customer service, and you ask them. A lot of them also give you a free breast pump and different supplies as a part of your coverage. So you want to find that out. So right now, as of 2023, there are more than 10 states that have implemented Medicaid coverage for doula services, with several other exploring similar policies. So look it up, ladies, look it up, find out. Is my insurance company providing me with doula services? And they may cover 100%. They may cover some. Not sure, but you got to ask. You have not because you ask not. Private insurance as well. Some of them reimburse you, some just pay, and we just build them as a third party. We just build them as a provider. To some examples, Minnesota, Oregon, they become the first states to offer Medicaid reimbursement for doula care with positive outcomes in reducing preterm birth and C-sections. They're like, yeah, we see the stats. Let's just do it. Let's get it done. New York has launched a pilot Medicaid program for doula coverages. And also we need to add to the list, Georgia. Georgia has done the same. They have a pilot out for Medicaid as well. How to access the coverage. Again, you want to reach out to your provider. You want to find out what they cover, how much they cover. For us here at the Women's Wellness Center, we provide virtual doula services and in person. So if you are in another state or even another country, we can support you through the virtual doula services. And then if you're here in person in Georgia or North Florida, Dothan, Alabama, all the surrounding areas, we go out about a 2-hour radius, because remember, when you're in labor, we got to get to you. But if you're in these areas, reach out to us and we can get your insurance verified and let you know if your insurance company will provide doula services. And that way there's no out-of-pocket for you. Advocating for insurance reform, Now, this is advocacy work that we're asking of you, because when you speak up, then they provide it to you. You're like, okay, we're paying for this insurance. We have this insurance. We need the doula services included. It is a necessity. It's a necessity similar to going to the dentist. We need someone with us to keep us informed, to advocate for us. It could be life or death. We need a doula with us. Why insurance coverage matters? Well, it matters because it ensures that if you don't have it, or even if you do have it, maybe you want to save it for something different. Having kids are very costly. And so if the insurance can help offset that, then why not? I want high quality. We all deserve high quality. We want competent care. We want to reduce the financial barrier to doula care, which it can lead to improved maternal health. We saw the stats from 2017, 2013. We saw it, and it helps. We want to call it to action. We want to advocate for these policies that expand Medicaid and private insurance coverage for doulas. Call your office, legislative office, ask them, call them, local government, and say, hey, how can we speak to this to make sure more insurance companies can cover doula services? It is a necessity. And we want to educate them on why. Why? If you've had a baby and you've heard of someone that has used a doula, use that experience and let the lawmakers know we need this. It is a necessity. Okay, again, the doula's role in maternal mental health, emotional and psychological support. We are there for it. We are trained and we recognize postpartum depression, which is known as PPD, and anxiety. And we offer non-judgmental support and resources. Doulas help mothers navigate the emotional challenges of postpartum life. Again, studies have shown that women who receive these services have lower rates of postpartum depression because you feel more supported. Yes, we educate your support system. Yes, your spouse, your loved one is there, but then we're also alongside them as an additional support to say we can do this together. And you have someone to call on. If you're like, oh, I don't know why I'm feeling this way. What is this? I say, I'm on my way, or I'll give you some tips on what to do. We'll have a conversation. We can have a meeting, and we can give some recommendations to support you. And it may be a simple fix. If you can't get the baby to latch properly, I remember with my second child, she wouldn't latch, and I was having the baby blues, and I didn't know that it was postpartum kicking in. And I felt so bad, like she didn't like me. And that's all a part of the postpartum depression. And thank God my husband, he was able to support me in that and just relieve it. And, you can do this. And I still was able to pump because she just refused to latch. And she the same way to this day. Lord, she's stubborn. But it really helped to have a competent support system there. That way it didn't go deeper than it could have. You want to build trust and have a cultural connection with competent care. And with doulas, we understand that. We understand the culture. We understand spiritual needs of the mother. And we ensure the care is respectful and inclusive. And this is especially critical for Black, Indigenous, and people of color communities, where mistrust in healthcare system, it is, oh God, prevalent. It really is. And so we want to stand in the gap and say, it's okay. You can trust your local hospitals. You can trust your OB. We are there alongside you. Listen to them. We can help you understand what they're saying, what's going on, help to bridge that communication. So that way they understand you, you understand them. And we are here to make a difference. We ensure that cultural rituals and traditions are honored during birth, and providing language and communication, again, to support and ensure that you are informed in all your decision making. So diving into that C-section rate. So the U.S. has one of the highest C-section rates in the world. Did you know that? Okay, unnecessary C-sections increase the risk of infection, and it has longer recovery time and complications in future pregnancies. So if we can reduce that, having a doula, why not? Why not? We provide that continuous support, which reduces the need for interventions that often lead to C-sections. I remember with my third child, Aubrey. She was stubborn. The epidural worked so good, and the pregnancy started to, the labor started to delay. But if I had a doula there with me, I believe this with my whole heart, helping me, saying, all right, Alicia, come on, let's get it. Let's move it around. Let's get up. Let's do things. Well, not get up because I had the epidural, but let's push. Come on, let's get the breathing together. Instead of me just saying, I don't know what to do. I believe that we would not have to do a C-section on Aubrey. I would have been able to push her out just like I did the other two. But it's okay. God is good. She's here. And now I'm able to help and give back to other women so that we can reduce the likelihood of them having to do a C-section. Studies have shown that 25% reduction is likely in C-sections with doula support, meaning 25% of those C-sections that don't have to be done, if they have a doula with them, guess what? It's decreased. That can go down to 1% or 0. It is decreased. And yes, things do happen. There are times where you do have to do C-section with a doula, but what we're saying today is the likelihood decreases when you have a doula there with you. As you can see in this picture, she's holding your hand. She's helping, reassuring you that you're doing the good, breathing, and getting you through it, keeping you calm, because you're calm, baby will be calm, baby feels everything to push through and get that baby out safely. Doula support and breastfeeding success. Again, we encourage breastfeeding. We provide you with the postpartum support that you need, whether it's in your home, whether you come to the center, whether we're at the hospital with you, we are flexible and we're here for you. We educate you on proper latching techniques, and we offer you troubleshooting tips. We have scientific data that says women who receive doula support are more likely to initiate and sustain breastfeeding for longer periods. And it is so true, because think about it. If you don't know what you're doing, the baby's frustrated, baby's crying, you're like, man, the heck with this. My breast hurt. I'm tired. I'm just not going to do this. Let me just give them the bottle. Whereas if you had the doula support, we're like, nope, we're going to show you how to do it. We're going to give you the techniques, how to hold that baby. Every baby's different. Maybe baby doesn't like that position, right? Whether you have the introverted versus the outward nipples, how do you get them out? How do you help them to latch on those types of breasts? It's a whole lot to it. However, if you have a doula, it simplifies it for you. Postpartum doula, extending care beyond birth. Again, we are there. The 4th trimester is a critical period for your recovery and your adjustment. And we help you to ease the transition by offering emotional, physical, and educational support. It does not stop, you guys. We assist you with your infant care, help you with sleep routines. We offer you emotional support. We guide you in adjusting as a mother. And we help you identify signs of postpartum depression, and we connect the mothers with resources. We also educate your support person. We have Mr. Reeves, does a phenomenal job with the men. We're coaching them along the way. They can give him a call. This is what I'm seeing. He can give them advice as well. Again, doula work is a calling. It is a legacy of care. We are not doing this just to have a paycheck and a job, because honestly, it's not the most lucrative work. It is more of a calling, a desire. God is giving you this passion. He has definitely given it to me in Jesus' name. And so we are here to support you with your multiple births. We are here with our experience to give you our unique perspectives and provide empathy. Through our work, we have lived experiences to equip you, to help you with our knowledge, with our compassion, helping you as an advocate, helping you feel informed. And we're inspiring you, whether you go through a miscarriage or a loss or stillbirth, there are doulas for all of that to support you in that. Remember, we bridge that gap We bridge the gap. We have doula work and advocacy. We do activism. We make sure that the mother is informed, that you don't have to be afraid. You don't say, what are they saying? I don't know. Let me just sign here. You understand it. And again, remember, we are expanding with Medicaid, with insurance coverage. We're helping to promote competent care. We're helping to bridge that gap and for you to trust your healthcare professionals again. This is our information. We want you to continue to connect with us. If you know someone that is thinking of having a child that is pregnant and they need support, please reach out to us here at I See My Baby at 310 South Scott Street in Bainbridge, Georgia. Our phone number is 229-939-3240. You can email us at info@iseemybaby.org, and you can visit us on the web. We have so much information on our website. You can also join our email list, so that way you can stay abreast of all of our events and activities and things we have going on. And I just want you to remember that empowered mothers is healthier communities. Doula care as a catalyst for change. We need it. And investing in doula care is an investment in the future of maternal and infant health by recognizing the value of continuous cultural competent support. We can reduce the disparities and create lasting positive change in maternal outcomes. You guys, I love you. On the screen, you also see all of our services, the counseling, therapy, the community support, having a safe space here. Similar to, I always tell people, similar to AA, where you need a space where there's no judgment and you're like, I just need somewhere to clear my head. Come on down. Let's do it. We do massage therapy through Ms. Deborah Brock and body work. She specializes in prenatal pregnancy massages, you guys. We have wellness programs and classes. We have healing retreats. We have, of course, the doula services, online resources, and yoni steaming. If you're like, I need some womb health, I'm looking to have a baby, I'm not looking to have a baby, but maybe I'm going through menopause, or I've had my baby, I'm postpartum, help me get my snatch back, then you need a yoni steam. Again, thank you for your listening ear, and you all have a wonderful day on purpose.